First off, Merry Christmas everyone! Just gonna be a quick video today since we're all enjoying the merry festivities. I'm wishing you all a splendid holiday season, however you celebrate it yourself. It is indeed the most wonderful time of the year. Today I wanted to talk about something very curious that Hoyoverse showed off recently. Silhouettes of future Genshin characters, but there's one specific unit that really caught my eye. That's right, none other than Skirk, Tartaglia's Wii Fit trainer and certified whale owner. I'm shocked that Hoyo has already decided to tease her. I was expecting her to release in a couple of years' time, so today I wanted to discuss the eventual release of Skirk, why she's coming so early, and perhaps ponder about what she may end up doing. My name is Juice, and let's get into it. To me, the most alien thing about Skirk, aside from the realm she hails from, is the fact that she was teased so early. I don't care how much you try to convince me otherwise. That right there, that's Skirk. The silhouette is undeniable. Pretty easy to put two and two together and realize who this is. There's a few things that I don't understand here. First off, we haven't even completed the full not long patch cycle yet. Typically speaking, it's more Hoyoverse's style to show off their new characters at the end of a given region's full patch cycle, so we would usually see these characters at the end of version 5.8's livestream as an example. Because if you remember the ending of 4.8's one, that's when they showed that one brief teaser of Kinich, Muolani, and Kachina. So this was seriously out of nowhere. Sure, Honkai Star Rail has done this in the past, but I wasn't expecting them to do the same thing over here in Genshin. I guess it's because we're almost finished with all of Notlon's heroes. It's pretty likely they're showing off characters that are coming up within the 5.x version. Honestly, I do think it could really be as simple as that. But if that's the case, then Skirk? That character feels like she should be coming out way later on. For reference, I was expecting us to get Skirk around the same time where we would be getting Dainsleif. By the way, this makes me curious. Are there still any surviving Dainsleif-only savers here? I feel like you guys could probably pull for a 5-star or two and still have enough for C6R5 Dane. Anyways, that's clearly not the case. I'm gonna make the assumption that we can expect to see Skirk available on banners around either the latter half of 5.x or around the start of 6.0. I can see her being one of the first Snezhnaya releases. Something else that perplexes me is how random the cast of characters that she was teased alongside is. Hoyoverse, could you throw us a bone and make Capitano playable? I was so excited for that guy. Whatever, man, let's see here. This Abyssal Queen is next to Eonson, some random guy who appears to have cat ears, there's a chance that I'll be into him. Anyways, a cowboy, obviously Skirk herself, some random tea woman. Oh dang, a character with horns, I dig that a lot. I hope they're real like Ganyu's. Then some chef-looking woman. More chef characters will be welcome. I'm pretty sure Xiangling is literally the only dedicated chef we have in the game right now. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. What a strange random collection of characters. I like a couple of them, or at least I like them as much as I can based on their silhouettes. Skirk feels like such a crazy, powerful, massive Genshin lore drop tier character compared to the rest of these more chill looking characters. Well, Eonson is a Travails character in fairness, but her release is gonna mark the end of a Notlon Hero saga. I think the answer is pretty obvious at the end of the day. They're trying to generate hype. I'm not really sure as to why they're not giving us Capitano, assuming that these silhouettes are acting as a sort of roadmap for the future of 5.x's cast. They could have easily gotten away with keeping Skirk in the oven and serving us a nice Capitano flavored roast. As disappointed as I am about him not having a banner yet, I'm gonna assume that it's due to lore reasons. Minor Capitano spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so, he did say himself that his body has rotted. There's a chance that they're gonna pull some random Scaramouche tier world bending to try give the character a face, so that they're not putting a faceless character on banners. End of spoilers. So perhaps Skirk is a substitute for now? It's strange. Perhaps Hoyo wants a real banger of a banner to end their not long patch cycle. She's an absolutely amazing looking character. I'm seriously pleased with how appealing she looks. I'm sure that she's gonna sell like hotcakes. Still, the fact that her release is so soon makes me wonder if this is Hoyo hinting that we're nearing the end of a Teyvat chapter. Paimon in that 1.5.0 event did say, "You always return to where you started at the end of a long journey." And considering that's what we did during that event, I'm expecting that whenever Skirk releases, Hoyo intends to drop some wild banger tier lore. So the reason as to why she's quote-unquote early? Because perhaps she isn't as early as we all think. Perhaps we'll get this year's Dane quest around her release window. I'm really looking forward to that if that's the case. Bedtime Story and the stuff with Carrie Bear was absolutely brilliant. The only thing that makes me a bit upset about her releasing this quote-unquote early on is that it makes me doubt that she's gonna have some kind of special abyssal power. I believe that it would 100% be fitting for her to be the first character to have absolutely no tie divisions whatsoever. If it were up to me, she would have an intense abyss-based power source that has its own unique set of interactions with certain types of abilities and elements. The best comparison that I can make is Acheron from Honkai Star Rail. If you don't play Honkai Star Rail, that character doesn't work like any of the other ones in the game. Most units regenerate energy from using their skills or normal attacks, but not Acheron. She's really specific, as she wants characters to apply debuffs in order for her to build up stacks which allow her to cast her ult. That still constitutes as electric damage in that game, to be fair, but the main thing that I'm interested in here is the gimmick. Instead of focusing on elemental reactions themselves, focus on other things pertaining to them. For example, for each instance of reaction-based DOT that occurs in her team, she gains a stack of XYZ, which will proc her ABC. You get the point. Something more than the traditional vaporize, melt, electrocharged, etc. If they do go down the traditional route, then I do really want them to give Skirk her own set of reactions. She's literally from the Abyss, so I really don't want to entertain the idea of her having a regular vision. However, because she's coming out during the not long patch cycle, I doubt that they're going to introduce a whole new pseudo-element during some random old day of the week. I wish they would, but that's exactly why the term wishful thinking exists. So let's snap back to reality and think about what our elemental alignment might be if we have to think of it like that. My immediate thoughts are two things: Hydro or Electro. Hydro is simple, that's Child's vision, and Skirk is the one who trained him up to the very top. So I would assume Hoyo would want to give him some kind of cohesion. I don't think they're gonna synergize, for the record. This is because Child's kit is hyper-specific and kind of outdated. It'd be very hard to make them work together while still keeping Skirk as a flexible character who will work with a wide roster of characters, assuming that she'll be like that in the first place. But perhaps Hoyo will power creep Child's kit with his master, or they'll generally make her Hydro because that's the best element in the game. I think most of us can agree on that. So giving her a good kit while making her that element will be a pretty easy way of propping her up in the meta. Otherwise, I'd say Electro for literally only one single reason: it fits Child's delusion. That's pretty much the only basis that I have for this. It sounds like a pretty cool concept in my opinion, assuming that she helps the guy learn how to control his foul legacy. Some people have suggested Cryo. Yeah, that could work. The main color that dominates her design is white, so this could be a simple case of design matches the element. Plus, cryo DPSs are in some serious need of help right now. Riesli is decent, then the rest are in pretty rough spots right now. Not even Sit Lolly is helping out the actual cryo DPSs. What a freaking missed opportunity. So perhaps this Abyssal lady will be the powerful icy support that'll save the element that we've all been looking for. I'd be open to her being a DPS too, but it'd be a bit rough if she ends up using Shenhe, who's getting a rerun on the Chronicled Wish. You know, that one quote-unquote scam banner that literally nobody wants to pull on? In fairness, I've seen a lot of folks say they're interested in Shenhe this time around, and I doubt that they tie such a big release down to one super specific niche unit anyway. I do still hope that there's synergy between them though, if Skirk being Cryo ends up being the case. Pyro is a no-go because, dude, I will physically, or I suppose in Genshin's case, pyrogenically combust if we end up getting more pyro DPSs, man. We already have like 5 billion. Please, Hoyo, no more. Animo was, I mean, sure, but we have so many Animo supports at this stage, I doubt it. She doesn't look like a Geo, let's be real. I just don't want her to be Dendro because the only Dendro characters I enjoy playing are Kinich, Flicker, and Emily. I'm really hoping for an abyssal aspect to your kit instead of being elementally inclined, in all honesty. Weapons-wise, bow user. She trained Child, and the weapon he has the least experience with is the bow and arrow. I think that'd be a really cool nod to their master and student relationship. Otherwise, a sword user that is capable of dual wielding, since swords are Child's most favorite form of combat. If not those, then a catalyst, because shooting out abyssal shots with a cool otherworldly book or floating object in hand sounds pretty cool. If she's a catalyst user, I want her signature weapon to quite literally just be a ball of void, with maybe some floating galaxy rings around it. That'd be freaking sick. Skirk is definitely gonna be the next big, exciting Genshin release after Moika, in my opinion. I'm gonna hold out hope in regards to Capitano eventually being playable. I'm assuming that the team over at Hoyoverse is just trying to think about how they can retcon the face thing. There's so much potential for her kit to be something special. I'm planning on pulling for her for sure. Not just for design reasons, but also to pay homage to how much I loved Tartaglia in the past. Certainly a must-pull due to her sheer mystical aura. It's odd to me that she's coming so soon, but like I said earlier, who knows? Perhaps this doesn't constitute as soon at all. Definitely let me know about what you think of Skirk down below in the comments, or even the other silhouette-dripped characters. Will you be pulling for any? Let me know down below in the comments, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Plus, I have a ZZZ second channel for those of you who are interested. Go head on over and subscribe if you're interested in some silly, fun ZZZ content. Hopefully this video was able to feed you some food for thought in regards to the future of Skirk's release in Genshin Impact. This has been Juice, signing out, and Merry Christmas everyone, or Happy Holidays in general to those of you who celebrate otherwise. I wish you all a truly great time of cheer, joy, and fun.